right, so we've got our start scene, main menu title screen used for the game start option settings or level select. We've got, oh nice, we can change the volume. I like that. All right, cool. And I've already played it once or twice, so I know a little bit about what's going on here. So this isn't exactly a dry playthrough. But we've got settings here, which opens up a settings window. This is the settings scene. You can add more options here. So feel as it's kind of a template, right? It's maybe lacking a little bit in some of the polish in order to have those game elements focused on the gameplay itself. But I can see how it would be a useful template for someone to build on top of or create a game using it. Nice setting screens, definitely a nice audio, and the buttons look like they work. Continue could be start, could be continue. I don't remember if there was a start button when I played it the first time. So let's go ahead and click continue. The music is nice. The music is nice and calm, and I could see that music being something I might be hearing while I'm eating dinner or at a restaurant. So well, that's pretty solid for the sound design. So let's get in there. All right. So, all right, we've got our score here. Looks like we're in a head-to-head competition between me and the artificial intelligence. We both have 0 at the moment. We still have the music. That works fine. That's cool. AI is telling me that they're hungry. All right, so we've got our little menu down here. We've got our send button. The text field here, it's just a little wonky. I think it could be a little bit better positioned or be incorporated into the visual design of the menu a little bit better. But it's functional, it works, and it's fairly obvious how I interact with the game. So, what should we eat? You're asking me a question. What do I want to eat? All right, so I'm going to start off and say pizza. All right, and we're going to send that in. Now, the first couple of times I played it, I wasn't quite sure how the scoring worked because I get 50 points right off the bat for asking for pizza, and I've seen him get 25 points sometimes, so I'm not sure how the score is working. She doesn't want pizza, she wants sushi, and so she gets 75 points. It looks like she won that round. And I know kind of what she asked for. She asked for the same thing over and over again, but just in different orders. So I think that my objective is to try to guess what it is that she wants to eat. So I've kind of got some ideas in my head about what to ask for. But we got some nice images here. It looks like artificial or AI generated images, and they're in these nice little thought bubbles, which are very nice. I really like this, the way I can interact with this as his thought moves around. Very compelling. I like that a lot, and has a nice move to it. So I really enjoy that interface. Okay, let's try something. Let's try. What do we ask for? Let's try tacos. Tacos. Let's see if we guess right this time. And for the narrative story elements, there's definitely a story here. She's hungry. She wants to get something to eat, and I get another 50 points. All right, but she's not being very, very straightforward about what she wants. She's just kind of making me make guesses, and there's no real like. There's not a very good chance that I'm going to get one of these right. All right, she wants ramen. She doesn't want tacos. And she gets another 75 points for me being wrong. What do I want? I'm gonna get some other things that she's usually asked for, like a burger. Her AI does react to my words as she refers to it, and she does a pretty good job of saying how she feels about it. Okay, I only got 25 points that time. So obviously, I made a really bad guess. She doesn't want anything to do with the burger right now. And I'm curious about what generates her disposition towards the things that I ask for. And that would lead me into how would I be able to guess what she's asking for? Because obviously that was a very bad guess. She wants Thai curry. All right. I honestly don't remember anything else that she has on her list. But these are the same foods that she asks from time to time, just in different order. But I'm gonna have fun with it, and I'm gonna tell her I want a box of nails. And send that in there. I should get like a 0 for that, right? I mean, that's a worse guess than a hamburger, right? Yes, I got 0. She doesn't want anything to do with the box of nails, so that's pretty neat. And there's our box of nails. So obviously, this is a querying for an artificial intelligence image to be generated because I doubt strongly that there is a box of nails lurking around in the preload for this game. Oh, she wants let's go get some ramen. I'm starving. That's not ramen. That's spaghetti. Okay. So there's a little bit of issues here. Uh, some issues here with the game over screen. It looks like we have a strange things popping up here, and I guess that's a kind of a interesting sort of post game thing. But these little dots look like they're not going away quite right, so I'm not really sure about that. Maybe we're going over the or reliving our experience. Though, because it's overlapping whatever button this is supposed to be, it feels like it might be going a little wonky. So a little bit of stability issues there towards the end. Um, I don't know. Can I click on this? What happens when I do? Okay, it starts over. We start over again. All right, so the interface is pretty good. I kind of get what's going on here. I don't think I have any chance of winning. Let's give it another go. Tacos. All right. I want to see what happens when I actually guess one correctly. If I get extra points, so I got 50 points there. So she's gonna say, "Nah, I want something else." Um, and it's a tad bit slow. I wish it was a little bit faster. I wish I could get my results faster. So drags just a little bit. She wants pizza. All right, this time let's try burgers. No, ramen. What's something she asked for? Ramen. Can't remember how to spell ramen off the top of my head. How terrible is that? Let's ask for a burger. She was, he says. And I've played through this about 4 times, and I have never gotten anything right. So that it might be set up to say that I'm wrong no matter what. Who knows? That would make sense. All right. So I'm assuming those are all the elements that we have here. I would love to see what would happen if I got something right. But I wonder how we would do that. Maybe we just restart it and we just guess the same thing over and over again. We'll eventually get it. Pizza. Pizza. We'd probably only have to do this about 5 times before pizza was her first guess. And she says, I think I can assume if I get 50 points or less that it was an incorrect guess. Yeah, totally. All right. Pizza. All right. Assuming that's another fail. Let's just wait real quick and see. If she says no this time, we'll start running with it being a no. If I only get 50 points. Because I mean, if I get it right on the money, it should be more than 50 points, right? All right. Let's try again. Nope. Um, I've got that paradox that if I decide to guess anything else, then I might just fool myself. Though if she's actively trying to avoid my guesses, then it's pretty helpless. There's nothing I can do about that. How about some sushi? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get sushi. Sushi. Watch her say pizza. Watch her say pizza. 75. Hey, I might have gotten a little better. Of course, it might just be that sushi is closer to what she wants to eat. Sushi, now I'm feeling something more hearty. How about a big juicy burger? All right. But the idea is, if I just keep throwing out sushi, whoops, she seems to like sushi in the beginning. But this is the reason why you should never go to Vegas. All right, because you think you know what the answer is going to be. At the same time, the house always wins, right? No, I'm feeling something more hearty. How about a big juicy burger? Okay, so she's guessing burger twice in a row. Let's try burger and see what she says. And if she says something different, then I'll just say it's impossible. Come on, pizza. Come on, say pizza. I dare you. Dare you to say pizza. Oh, 20. So I did a really bad guess there. Burgers? Nah, I'm feeling something lighter. How about tacos? I I don't think I can win. I haven't gotten a single guess out of this entire run. All right. So let's move out of that and get into our discussion. All right. So first off, our theme inclusion. I think the idea of food was very well included. Food was definitely incorporated. We have an artificial intelligence system that was generating food imagery. We had a very common and a compelling conversation regarding food and what we want to eat, and navigating that situation where we just can't seem to guess what our partner wants to eat. So I think that was a pretty good theme inclusion. It went a little bit deeper into it. I'll give it a 2.5. Not quite a great experience though. It was kind of annoying the way that she would always dodge. Though I don't think that's really included in the theme inclusion. Um, but I think I'll give it a 2.5. Was it a great experience? A great way for it to be included? Mm, I might actually bump it up to a 3 then, because I think it really got into some of the deeper nuances of food and what food in our lives means and the complicated situations it can create. All right, now for our game graphics. They were kind of rough, not super. There were but I do enjoy that menu. Not the menu. I'm sorry, the thought bubbles that moved around. That was a very creative way of displaying information, and it had artificial intelligence behind it. Okay, I'll say I think it was effectively used. I would not quite say a great experience just yet, just because the graphics were kind of rough around the board. So I'll just say it was a 2.5. All right, non-game scenes, the win screen, the lose screen, high score screen, and everything. It's like they were there, but obviously they were placeholders to be filled in later. The I never saw the win screen. I don't know if you can get the win screen, and the lose screen had a couple of wonky things going on with it. So I'll say it was. I would say a 1.5, but we did have the volume. We had the volume. I wouldn't say 1. They were included, slightly included. I'll give it a 1.5 because I really liked the volume slider. That was one aspect of our non-game elements that I really, really enjoyed. Okay. Sound and music. It was pretty rudimentary. There was one song that was playing the whole time. There were no sound effects. The music never changed, but it was well picked for the game itself. So I'll give that a 1.5. A little bit more than inclusion. Some thought was put into it. Playability and fun and winnable. Oh my goodness, this kills me. It's obviously playable, as there is an aspect of games there. I don't think it's winnable. I'm very confused about how the picking works. I think that it's hardwired for you to lose. So I'll give that a 1. All right. The elements were slightly included, but I don't feel like there was actually a game there to be played. Kind of like more like Lucy pulling the football out from in front of Charlie Brown every time he runs up to it. Originality and creativity. I think it was pretty original and creative. You're actually engaging in a conversation here. It's back and forth with artificial intelligence. I think that the bubble for the thoughts was very creative and original and interesting. The way it moved around. Um, what would I give it? I knew it was there was some creativity there. I think it was effectively used in the game. Those elements. Was it a great experience? I think that first off, it kills me that I couldn't get into the game. There were elements of frustration there. The items were creative and in themselves, they really kind of drew me in. But in the larger context, I feel like it still needs some work. So, effectively used in game, it could have been a little bit faster. I'll give it a 1.5 or a 2. I'll give it a 2. All right, so controls and interface. Well, actually controlling your characters, yeah, it had the submit button, it had the field button. They were pretty obvious. They were there. There were some design issues, I think, with the field. I think it could be incorporated a little bit better. It's fairly obvious how to play the game. I think it could have been a little bit better polished, but I think it was effectively used. I think it was an effective interface for what was needing to be done. Nothing to write home about, though, but definitely effective. Narrative and storytelling. There was a bit of a story there. Yeah, definitely. There was a story in between me and the girl involving what we wanted to do. I don't know. We could guess about their history. We could anticipate them going out to eat or going to get something. So there's a bit of a narrative storytelling there. Was it effectively used in the game? It wasn't a great experience, I gotta say, because I felt like there was no way to win, and that she was just dancing around me, telling me I was wrong all the time. So not a 3. Was it effectively used in the game? I think it was. I think it was. I think for what the game was, the story went in there very well, and we felt like we were going along the story too. Even if it kind of had a frustrating conclusion, I think it was effectively used in the game. All right, length and replayability. This one's hard. This is one's hard for me to think about because I definitely replayed it a couple times to try to figure out what was happening. I didn't understand the scoring system. I didn't understand how to win or lose. I didn't understand how to get all these things to work out. So the replayability, I think, for this one goes hand in hand with the frustration I felt in not knowing what was going on. I feel like if there was a little bit more clues given, like there was an opportunity to make a proper guess, or if it was like you've got 5 guesses in order to try to guess what I am thinking about, and you can get closer, and the closer you get to it, the more points you get, or the fewer questions, like a game of 20 questions, you know. I think it would have a really good replayability factor there. So I'm kind of, I'd love to see more. I would love to see more. But I think the fact that I did want to replay it to try to figure out what was going on there, I'll give it a 1.5. All right, and then stability. The gameplay itself was very stable. I didn't see it crash except at the very end. And honestly, I don't think that we would get anything beyond a 3 on this category. Great experience means that it never crashed at all. I think maybe we give it a wow if it was able to do some super sophisticated things and not break. Same for Mind Blown, but for this one, effectively used in game, I think I'll give it that. It wasn't until we got out of the game that we started to see some issues, but everything inside the game ran perfectly fine. All right, so that's it, and let's total it up and see what we got. We've got a 3, we've got a 5.5, 6, 7, 8.5, 9.5, 10, 11.5, 12. Shoot. Let me do the points first and the other numbers. That'll be easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So let's score to 19. All right. No, that was pretty nice. It was a good experience. I think I've something I've never seen before. I enjoyed trying to dig through it to figure out what was going on. I think it has a lot of potential, and obviously, it was intended to be a template for use in other games. And definitely think that the volume cider was very good. Some of the others I think well placed, but the ending screen might need some work. But on a whole, I think yeah, I could see this being incorporated as the foundation for some games. And I think with a little bit of time put into it, it could become an interesting little experience. All right, and at this point, it is the number one champion of the Food Jam. So congratulations.